Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. It's Jane once again. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another perfume video. I've been so looking forward to sample and review this perfume as soon as it became available a few months back, and there had been a request or two to make a video on this as well. But as it is, this just came about a week ago, thankfully in one piece, and so in this video I will share my thoughts on Cloud Intense by Ariana Grande, compare it to the OG Cloud, which I have a teeny weeny decant of over here. And so if you're interested to see more, please keep watching. Cloud Intense was released in September 2021 as a flanker to the very successful bestseller Cloud. I believe this has a limited distribution at the moment, only coming out in one size and restricted to a few US websites. This was a blind buy. This is the box. Ariana is of course the face of the perfume. There is a two-toned quality in the color. It is an iridescent blue darker color. I believe they only released this fragrance in the 100 ml size. I would have wanted a smaller one if available. And among the US websites, Cloud Intense is so far only available at Ulta. The Ariana Grande fragrance website is under repair as of filming this video. The actual perfume sits on a navy cloud plastic pedestal like so, while the OG was sitting on a white cloud pedestal. The bottle is an opaque white versus the transparent light blue of the OG, and the cap is a transparent cloud-shaped plastic versus the OG's transparent light blue one. I generally prefer a bottle where I can see the juice level inside, but I suppose this whole thing looks better with an opaque white bottle. I do not really care for this pedestal. It's chunky, so it occupies more space, but I suppose it's part of the whole Ariana Grande fragrance aesthetics. All of them seem to have a pedestal to sit on. The spray on this is good. Distribution not super wide though, but I do not really mind so long as it sprays. I will, by the way, leave timestamps, so feel free to skip to the part that interests you. Cloud Intense has an almost identical notes list to the OG Cloud, with lavender, bergamot, and pear on top, whipped cream, coconut, praline, and vanilla in the mid, but with added ambroxan and cashmeran to the musky, woodsy notes in the base. My nose could not taste those notes individually, but it comes off smelling vanillic, sweet, warm, a little fruity, a little nutty, definitely leans gourmand, musky, and fortunately the ambroxan here worked well on my skin. And so I wasn't at all surprised to find this to be very similar to the OG Cloud. I would say this is about 95% similar to the original. Where they differ to me is just the opening. The OG opens fresher, brighter, and sweeter, more shampooy smelling as well, while this starts off warm, sweet, and musky. But give it a few minutes and they start smelling the same fluffy, musky, sweet, slightly powdery scent as they dry down. And that's smelling them both up close. The sillage in the air is identical to me. Whatever you spray, people around will smell the same scent cloud around you. I let my sister try them on and I couldn't guess which is which. I wore them separately and my husband couldn't tell which I sprayed that day, and he mistook this to be another perfume even. I will tell you more about it in a while. Scent-wise, I don't think you need to own both of them. Just get one or the other. Maybe if you prefer a brighter opening, get Cloud, and if you crave more warm sweetness, then go for Cloud Intense. Personally, I don't mind having either though. To be honest, I much prefer Cloud Intense's opening. Not a beast, but definitely projects more than arm's length when newly sprayed. You have a scent cloud following you around for about an hour, and then this sits closer and closer to skin. And FYI, no one smelled me through their mask when I tested this out, so I never really got any compliments. Longevity on skin, this lasted at least 4 hours on me. I resprayed sometime midday out of habit, but it wasn't totally gone by then. This habit of respraying, I couldn't help it sometimes even when testing out fragrances. So that 4 hours is a ballpark. I find this to last longer though than the original, which lasts around 2 to 3 hours on me, tops. On the Ulta website, the 100 ml retails for $65 US. There's no price difference between the OG and this Intense version for the same bottle size. I wonder why that is. Generally, Intense formulation costs more, but I'm not complaining. More expensive than some other celebrity fragrance lines, this is in the price range of a regular designer perfume. I personally do not mind paying this much for this bottle. Overall, good value for money to me. I do not consider this ordinary or boring or mainstream. Wearability. So with reference to local tropical weather, both Cloud and Cloud Intense, despite being sweet gourmand-leaning fragrances, these aren't thick and dense or heavy, but they also do not wear fresh and light, so it's somewhere in between. I'll probably need to maximize wearing this daytime during the cooler months because I don't think this will sit well for very hot, humid days. Both will make for a cozy, comforting perfume for cloudy, windy, rainy days locally any time of the year. Can be worn nighttime year-round too, and because of that musky, powdery, comforting dry down, this will make for a bedtime winding down perfume in my opinion. Between the two, I would say Cloud is more youthful smelling in the opening, but since they approach a certain point where they smell the same, I don't want to peg an age range for these fragrances. I think anyone who prefers this scent profile can rock either of this. Definitely feminine, that vanilla here is a feminine vanilla, and that soft fluffy element will appeal to ladies more. And for that burning question I know a lot of you have, does this or do they smell like Baccarat Rouge 540? Are these dupes then? I think I've said this before, but I do not smell the similarity of Cloud to Baccarat Rouge 540 Eau de Parfum smelling them up close. But for some reason, I smell some similarity with the Baccarat Rouge Extrait, especially in the middle to the dry down. But that's smelling them all up close. But listen to this. The sillage is where they all come together, intentional or otherwise. I haven't had too many occasions to wear Cloud Intense yet, but there was this one time that my husband mistook this for the Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait that he gifted me last Christmas. I've worn it Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so he was so sure he smelled it on me before. And that day, he simply blurted out, "Ah, Baccarat." And he is someone who is all too familiar with the DNA as he owns, loves, and wears the OG Baccarat himself. But Cloud Intense, this one was what I doused myself in that day. He couldn't believe it himself. Having that experience, here's my 2 cents. For me, as the perfume wearer, I smell 2 different fragrances and I still think that there is no comparison between Cloud OG or Intense and Baccarat Rouge 540 Eau de Parfum or Extrait. They may be sillage dupes, but that's for the people who can smell me to judge. As for me, I still very much prefer Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait for a lot of things, and I don't think owning Cloud Intense is all that redundant. For one, I feel giddy wearing Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait. Cloud Intense doesn't excite me that much. It's the whole scent profile, I tell you. The way Baccarat Rouge 540 smells to me and dries down on me is so different from either Cloud or Cloud Intense. And so if you love Baccarat Rouge 540 for what it is, and for some reason it stole your heart and you're looking to own it, I'd say save up and go for it. You won't regret spending the money. Cloud or Cloud Intense, no matter how much it smells similar in the air, will not smell the same to you up close. But if you're looking to own Baccarat Rouge 540 for compliments, for the scent profile, but it's not in your heart to spend that crazy amount of money for it, get Cloud or Cloud Intense, and I don't think a lot of people who can smell you will know any better. Overall, this is a great fragrance to own and have in your collection, not because it is a Baccarat Rouge 540 sillage dupe, well, that's a bonus, but because this truly is a good perfume. This isn't mind-blowing, but great to have on hand. I don't see myself decluttering this. I'm keeping this one for sure. Buying the OG is redundant, just pick one, not both, unless you're collecting the bottle. For a celebrity fragrance, this is, by the way, my second celebrity perfume so far. This is way better than expected. Great value for money, and this as an easy grab remains to be seen. But yup, overall a successful blind buy. Cloud definitely lives up to the hype. Sample if you can. Sample either one, at least to know if this is for you. And that is it for my review of Cloud Intense alongside Cloud Eau de Parfum. I hope you liked this comparison video and I hope you found something of value from this content. I hope it clarified some questions you may have, and please do share any thoughts, comments, or questions you might have down in the comment section below. I would love to read about them. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and if you enjoyed this content, send me some love by clicking any button below. Like, share, subscribe, and be notified. I'm truly grateful for your support. Stay safe, smell your absolute best, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!